African unity is a concept that is gradually gaining ground amongst African states and is manifested through their strong interconnectedness in different aspects. In 1924, the pan-Africanist Marcus Garvey started talking about the United States of Africa in his writings, one of which was his poem titled "Hail, United States of Africa." Although at this time, African countries were yet to obtain their independence from colonial rule, there were hopes that people with black skin color will triumph someday. The African continent contains 54 countries, 8 territories, and 2 de facto independent states with limited or no recognition. African nations cooperate through the establishment of the African Union, which is headquartered in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Some people have seen the activities of the member countries of the African Union as a way to strengthen the bonds between African states, hence bringing to light the concept of the United States of Africa. This idea, however, is not very welcomed by others, and they have their reasons for not supporting it. There are other factors why this concept has been delayed being realized, as you will be watching in a while. In today's video, we bring you an image of what the United States of Africa means. We also try to look at some factors that hinder this Pan-African dream. Before we get started, please like this video and share it with your friends and family. Now, let's dive into it. The United States of Africa. What does this mean? The concept of the United States of Africa is not new. It is one that aims to bring together all African countries under a similar government to encourage economic cooperation, political stability, and development. Many people are talking about it, and it has become one of the major preoccupations for people who want a united Africa. The proposed federation will have the largest total territory of any state, exceeding the Russian Federation. If this concept finally gets its way, then the United States of Africa will be the third most populous state after China and India, with a population speaking an estimated 2,000 languages. Here are some important strategies proposed for this dream so far. 1. The formation of economic unions to create regional market and production networks, which will be facilitated by a single African currency. It could be called the Afro or maybe the gold dinar as Gaddafi wanted it. Currently, there are more than 55 currencies in Africa, making interregional trade very difficult. 2. The establishment of a principled continental parliament. There will be a single legislative and judiciary system, and there will be one president. 3. The promotion of good education. 4. The use of sports and music to facilitate mutual understanding, and several others. 5. A single African military force. 6. A single passport for Africans to move freely around the continent. These are some ideas of the United States of Africa. The idea of a multinational unifying African state has been compared to various ancient empires like the Ethiopian Empire, the Ghana Empire, the Mali Empire, and the Songhai Empire. In February 2009, upon being elected chairman of the African Union in Ethiopia, the late Muammar Gaddafi expressed his interest in fulfilling such a dream for Africa. He had a vision of one Africa, having a single currency backed by gold rather than the dollar or euro. He called it the gold dinar. Gaddafi's plans for Africa were great for Africans and a great threat to the West. This explains why they didn't rest until they eliminated him. He wanted to include Haiti, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, and other islands featuring a large African diaspora. Following his death, Robert Mugabe expressed his interest in reviving the project, but he soon resigned as president after the 2017 Zimbabwean coup d'etat. The focus for developing the United States of Africa so far has been on building subdivisions of Africa. The proposed East African Federation can be seen as an example of this. Former Senegalese President Abdoulaye Wade had indicated that the United States of Africa could exist as early as 2017. The African Union, by contrast, is setting for itself the task of building a united and integrated Africa by 2025, which is drawing so near. Here are some national views about the United States of Africa. A good number of African countries have supported this idea that has been discussed even at the biggest union of states in the continent. The nations of Eritrea, Ghana, Senegal, and Zimbabwe have supported an African federation. Other countries, such as South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria, have been more skeptical, with a feeling that Africans are not ready for such integration. The countries of North Africa, such as Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, and Tunisia, have shown less interest in this idea. This makes it difficult for Islamic North Africa to merge with others of the sub-Sahara. Some selfish and power-hungry African presidents are quiet because there's a high chance that they'll have to lose some of their power and influence. Other people have raised doubts about whether the goal of a united Africa can ever be achieved, looking at its diverse multilingual backgrounds and long-standing vices such as corruption, conflict, tribalism, poverty, embezzlement, and civil unrest, which keep plaguing countries throughout the continent. If you have ever heard about pan-Africanism, then you can better understand the concept of the United States of Africa. The term Pan-Africa was established at a conference held on July 1900 in London. It was organized by a British-based African association, which was founded by the South African campaigner Alice Kinloch. The conference aimed to assemble men and women with African blood to deliberate solemnly upon the present situation in Africa. It was also to demonstrate that people of African descent could speak for themselves. Pan-Africanist ideas first began to circulate in the mid-19th century in the United States, led by Africans from the Western Hemisphere. The most important early Pan-Africanists were Martin Delany and Alexander Crummell, both African Americans, and Edward Blyden, a West Indian. Although the ideas of Delany, Crummell, and Blyden are important, the true father of modern Pan-Africanism was the influential thinker W.E.B. Du Bois. Throughout his long career, Du Bois was a consistent advocate for the study of African history and culture. Other African heroes like Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, and Julius Nyerere of Tanzania spoke a lot about the United States of Africa. Today, we hear staunch Pan-Africanist P.L.O. Lumumba of Kenya saying it in almost all of his speeches and seminars. There are some factors that threaten the dream of the United States of Africa, according to our findings. They, however, do not totally hinder this dream, as various strategies and efforts are still being mobilized towards this concept. Let's quickly get these points. 1. Lack of an ideal administrative system. If the United States of Africa has to be formed, then a unitary system with one parliament is to be put in place. Looking at how far the African countries have established their governments, it can be challenging to join them under one government. African society is too complex to work under a unitary system. There are preferred, unique modes of administration for each tribe and country. 2. The language differences. Adopting a language that will be commonly spoken by people of many linguistic groups requires a lot of effort, especially in financial terms. However, some people have proposed the Swahili language, which is widely spoken by some indigenous groups in Africa. But Swahili only has about 140 million speakers, which is a small number compared to the total population of Africa. 3. Africans are historically autonomous. The people of Africa have witnessed different historical and cultural events which became part of their day-to-day life. Embracing different cultures entails that the African people should get maximum sensitization. Handling this is a preoccupation for Pan-Africanists. 4. The idea of the United States of Africa might be a pathway to tyranny, according to some people. Just as you heard a while ago, merging African countries under an umbrella of the United States of Africa has been a major problem even from the time the concept was born. Everyone fears the negative effects of colonialism, which greatly affected the autonomy of African nations. 5. Different economic values. Different tribes in Africa have specific attitudes toward the economy. Constricting everyone to a single mode of economic reasoning will be challenging, as they have already adopted and are much familiar with their economic values for many years now. The African Union is the organization that could better handle the concept of the United States of Africa. Because of tribal and national differences, this phenomenon has been hard to realize. However, the African Union has to do something about it. What are your views about the concept of the United States of Africa? Do not forget to leave a comment below if you got some vital points to add. Also, endeavor to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for more interesting videos about Africa. Thanks for watching, and see you in our next video.